For the last 2 years, they have been like the leaders of Western Dota.
Yeah.
OG, they showed up at TI last year, and they've obviously shown up at TI this year. But for most of the DPC season, it's Liquid and Secret that you're turning to as the front runners.
It really is. I must say, though, you mentioned last time they faced on the stage, or rather last time Liquid was playing on the stage, they're 7-0. Last time Team Secret and Liquid were on this very stage in the Mercedes-Benz Arena. It was the grand finals of the Shanghai Major. Let's.
Oh, don't remind me of that. That was a rough time, let me just say.
Oh, you guys got spanked.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. The Dota that was played was great, though.
Yeah. Oh, no, we only won one game, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't too... All right, here's what happened.
Yeah, was it great, though? We casted that final,
for people
too.
unaware, Will was the coach of Liquid at that time.
Yeah, and we felt great, too. What ended up happening was we go into Game 4, and I was like, what are we doing? And Curl was like, I have no idea. And we picked Dro. I talked to Boba. I was like, what was the Dro about? And he's like, we're out of ideas. There's nothing left in the gas tank, because the problem is we started in the lower bracket after losing to MVP. Once you have to make that climb, everyone starts figuring you out, and every potential opponent on the way is just danger. You have to. There's no holding back strats. There's anything you have left in the tank. You empty out. You try not to worry about what the finish line looks like, and it's just exhausting from a mental perspective. And so we last picked Dro. We've never played it before. The Slark Doom was too strong from Team Secret. They had a concept that was really hard to beat.
Mm-hmm. That was Liquid from the lower bracket. We have seen them later on in their career again make a run in the lower bracket and finishing first at the international, actually, through the lower bracket. Right now, as Grant says, 7-0. They have not yet been figured out. They have not dropped a single game after a pretty abysmal group stage. I think that's fair to say.
No, definitely. I mean, just them being in the losers bracket, it doesn't matter how many games they won, just them being in the losers bracket, I think, was a super big disappointment for Liquid and probably most of their fans, right? I mean, you're Liquid. You should be in that upper bracket.
You really should. What's up?
Oh, there was something that Mo said to me about, because before this event, he said, what do you think we're going to get? I was like, maybe you can get to the finals, but I laughed and I said, you're losing the Secret. Because I was sure that Secret was going to win this event. I said, you're losing the Secret. And he told me, he said, if we're in the finals in a best of 5, yes, I think we will lose to Secret. He says, but if we meet them any time before that, we're going to win.
Ooh.
I can't believe the situation's actually happening. He said, if we meet them beforehand, he said, we're going to win.
Okay.
Well, I do have to also say something here, because there is obviously a lot of history with the players and all that. But before we even get to that, the last 2 internationals, 2017, 2018, Secret got eliminated before their time, or at least that's what a lot of people will say, considering their potential going into the tournament. And which team eliminated them both times previous? Team Liquid.
That's crazy.
Every time. In the lower bracket, they meet.
That's what he said.
Secret's out.
Anytime before the finals. He said, we want to play them before the finals, knock them out before they reach full strength.
That is crazy, though, because what is there such a massive difference from a best of 5 and a best of 3?
Yeah, it's the extra game or two, just simply because Secret have that depth that they've shown throughout the entire DPC season. I mean, that was always like Secret's strength, right? It's the fact that they're able to play everything, right?
I'm not sure. I think Liquid believes in history, especially Kuro. I think he believes in the idea of it's destined to happen, and once it is, he knows how it'll happen, and that's what gives him this weird confidence.
And it can get in your head. That stuff can definitely get to you.
Now, when you talk about Dota 2 rivalries, everybody at the moment thinks of No2 and Fly. But before that, there was a bigger one, and there still is a bigger one. Because you got Kuroki and Puppy. There's a lot of history for those players just alone. Both players have made it to all 9 internationals, which is mad, by the way. And before that, they were already playing Dota 1. They have had a career from over a decade. They played together a lot.
Yeah, they did. I actually was lucky enough back in Dota 1. Look at that. I mean,
that is,
someone's breaking 200 no matter what.
No matter what. Someone's going to break 200. That is crazy. That is such a high number.
And these guys really haven't changed that much. I actually was very lucky. Back when, I was playing with Merlini in 2009, he invited me to play, just stand in, scrimmed a couple times with, I believe it was Kuroki, Puppy, Azin, Merlini, and me. And I was there, and I'm just like, what the hell's going on? And it's just funny. They're just normal people, just like us, though.
What the hell's going on? He says, I can tell you what's going on right now. The players are ready to take the stage. Team Secret is a favorite coming into the International 2019, or maybe they were the favorite, because even though they crushed it in the group stage, they did show some weakness on the main stage, dropping down to the lower bracket, having some tough matches against a lot of different opponents. Although this morning, when they played Vici Gaming, it felt like something had changed, something has clicked. I feel like this Team Secret is ready to face their ultimate challenge so far. Team Liquid. Team Liquid has quite the opposite story at this event so far. The International 2019 was not kind to them at the start, but ever since main stage, ever since they got on that stage, got in those pods, they started playing some Dota in front of all these Dota 2 fans. They are an entirely different beast, and they are crushing it. They are basically slaying their way to the top with ease, already making it to a top 4 right here at the International 2019. And I know that a lot of people have seen the following interview quite a few times already, but when you're having a matchup between Poppy and Kuroki, you need to see this again.
And then there were two. They're the only two people here who have been to every single TI.
I mean, I think it's really cool that it's us two.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a big thing to us. There's no way it's not.
What do you remember about your first TI? Because both of your experiences couldn't be more different. You came in and lost all of the games.
Yeah, it was great.
You came in and won all of the games.
I just scrambled a team, and Dota 2 came out, and some of my teammates thought it's not a serious thing.
For us, it was just like a test. If we're actually the best team, we should be able to win this.
And when did you first meet? Do you remember?
We met first 2008. Yeah, we played together the LAN tournament DreamHack.
And then I'm like the tallest man he's ever met or something, but he already knew that because I was in pictures.
It was like a rocking, like a good hairstyle.
You had long hair?
Yeah.
Hang on,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up.
You were 16, I was 18.
16, yeah.
Oh my God.
Usually people with that hair say Led Zeppelin or something like that, you know? What? What's wrong with it?
No, nothing's wrong with it. I think it's
Jaw-dropping?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, look at that scarf. What a terrible decision.
But yeah, to answer your question, that's when we
Thank you,
first met.
Kuro.
And we played, and we were like, hey, like, we like each other, the way we play, or we're smart about the game. Let's make a team together. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a mutual respect kind of right off the bat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. By TI3, you're both on Navi. What was it like to actually be there playing a TI on the same team?
I came with no expectations, personally, but we just did very well. I mean, we're so close to win.
Alliance were quite a dominant team, and their meta was like invincible during that time. There was no beating it. You would just have to copy it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They were the best. I mean, what Alliance did is, till today, it has an effect of how Dota changed. They just broke the game apart and reinvented the game in a lot of ways.
What made you decide to leave Navi together and form Secret?
You know, okay, we got like second place at TI3. We almost won it, but it wasn't a happy moment for us during the grand finals. There was a lot of conversation between players and stuff, and it was not nice.
Poppy and I are just extremely ambitious, I would say. And when we feel like it's not being followed up by our teammates, we'll go forward. We're going to keep going forward in this game. And just came to that point.
So what do you think happened in TI5? You were heavily favored when you came in. I think you finished 7th. Didn't do so great. And then you decided not to play on the same team anymore.
I think there's a Dota part and the human part. I think Dota-wise, we were not prepared to win.
Team had weak chemistry, to be honest.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
We were actually all the best players, I would say, individually.
It was just a raw skill team.
Especially in that team where we all knew that we were all really good. Criticizing is a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
You're always bottling in, kind of like, all right, I can't say that or something. You just keep bottling until it explodes, and it did. Good for us.
I mean, good experience, you know, made
Yeah.
us stronger.
Made us stronger.
And I mean, this is the thing we're giving to our new teammates. This is why Puppy can lead like one of the best teams in the world.
Right.
Like, he's teaching them like how to deal with problems and all the things we failed in TI5, maybe even TI4 or whatever. We learned, and we're good at conveying this message.
So were you guys always friends, or did that kind of start a little bit of strife between you guys, or did you leave on good terms?
Not good terms, I would say.
No.
I'm sure that was my toughest time of all in like my career. To look back, we needed to part ways.
Yeah, I think we're both happy where we're at nowadays.